What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with today's second video. And in today's second video, we're going to take a look at XLM because I got a ton of requests for XLM. And we're going to take a look at what's going on the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly. So if that sounds good to you guys and you guys are new to the channel and end up enjoying today's content, make sure you guys like and subscribe just like it says right there. Now let's not waste any time and jump straight on in to the 4-hour chart. All right, so you can see, guys, we are breaking out of two patterns as we speak right now. But could we get a fake out? It's definitely possible. This could be a fake out. We got to watch what Bitcoin does in the short term. All right, so you can see we broke out of this bull flag here that we've been forming ever since February 13th. You can see we're poking right through that resistance right now, and we're continuing up. Now, our measure move out of this bull flag for XLM would be our flagpole, right, which is right here, extrapolated at our breakout point. We'll put our approximate price target of about 62.6 cents for XLM if we continue up to the upside. Also, guys, we broke out of a kind of a symmetrical triangle as well. You can see higher lows right here, and we got, higher lows and then lower highs here for XLM as well. So you extrapolate that at your breakout point as well. Now, that's going to give you a price target of approximately 58.3 cents. Which that one puts you right near your local high here. So that one has a lot of confluence at an area of attack. All right, so we're breaking out of two very important 4-hour time frame charts. All right, guys. But like I said, this could end up just being a fake out. We got to watch what Bitcoin does in the short term. If Bitcoin doesn't want to break its inverse head and shoulders neckline, then XLM will probably just come right back into the pattern as well, even though it really doesn't have that much room left. You can see this thing had to break by tomorrow anyways. So we'll see if this is just actually a pump and a bullish back test of the triangle, guys. All right, so that's the 4-hour chart. All right, two very bullish things going on here. Now let's switch to the daily chart. And you know we've been talking about this daily chart forever for XLM. This thing has been going on since the 25th of November of 2020, okay? And you can see each time it has its wave up, it has a horizontal downwards resistance that it ends up breaking. And once you break that, that's when you really get parabolic to the upside. You can see it happen once here. You can see it happen twice here. And you can see it's happening right now again, right? And it's usually, right, you're also almost getting, at some point, if you can continue up here, you're going to avoid that bearish flip on the 30 EMA and your 10 EMA. So you want to avoid that bearish flip. They're very close to each other, if you guys can see right here. But if this continues up to the upside, that is going to negate that bearish flip and should make it not happen. So we need to see a pump up there. You're also at your critical support that, I mean, you held 3 times now. I mean, once right here, you wick down to it right here, and now you're holding it as support again there. So big rising channel, rising wedge, whatever you want to call it. But you can see that each pump goes to exactly that same point at the wedge, which is pretty perfect. So can we expect our next move to go to the top of the wedge? Well, if it does, right, if it does, we'll take a look at what that would be. So if you went straight up from here, that would put us at about 78.3 cents. It would probably take us, obviously, a few days to do that. So it would probably be closer to 80 cents, 85 cents if this pattern was to continue to play out just like it's done the last 2 times in this wedge. But that's just pure speculation, guys. That might not actually happen. It's just something that I noticed in the charts that we tend to create these bull flags and eventually pump back up to the top of the wedge every single time. All right, so what's also interesting here, on this bottom bull flag, right, you can see once we got back above the 10-week, or the 10 and 30 EMA, that's when we got really parabolic. And the same thing happened here, right? You can see we were below it, right, below this band. And once we got back above it, that's when we got super parabolic, okay? So will the same thing happen now? Will the same thing happen now? You can see we're just about trying, or at least trying, to poke our head back above that 10-day EMA. So if we can get back above that 10-day EMA, that's when we really could start going parabolic here for Stellar Lumens or XLM. All right, guys, so that's the daily chart. Bunch of good things going on with the daily chart. We're halfway through the video. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, make sure you press the subscribe button down below. Appreciate all you guys. Now let's switch to the weekly chart. What do we have going on the weekly chart? Well, we have a couple different things going on. You can see XLM all the way on its way up is doing the exact same thing. You can see you have your previous resistance, then flipped as support, right? And then you go again. and then your previous resistance, flip the support, and then you go again. Your previous resistance, flip the support, you go again, previous resistance, flip the support, and then you go again. All right, so XLM loves to come back to retest its local highs, more so than any other coin that I've actually noticed. It's actually pretty insane. But you can see also, guys, the 10-week EMA and the 30-week EMA. These are these two lines here. You can see every time XLM consolidates, it always comes back to either the 10-week EMA or the 30-week EMA. Since the bull market started, you can see right here, came back to the 30-week EMA. Right here, you came back to the 30-week EMA. Right here, you came back to the 10-week. Here, came back to the 10-week. Here, came back to the 10-week. So this is actually a huge indicator and kind of a good bull market support band, even though we did get a couple days dipping below it over here. But I think this is generally a really good indicator on where we are in the bull market. Now, let's look at where we topped out last. You can see we topped out right at about our second to highest local candle bodies back here. So our next big pump, when it comes, could be to the relative all-time high wick, okay? And then maybe we come back down and retest again if XLM wants to do the same stair-step pattern that it's done, and then continue back up to the upside. So that's kind of what I see coming on. You can see a similar thing happen back here. You can see back in the 2017 bull market, right? We got our last big dump was right at relatively the same point, right? It wasn't quite at the all-time high, but it was right below. It was right like this, like the next little candle bodies below the all-time high. Similar point right here where we got our big last wick right to about that relative local area. So, and you guys can obviously see what happened with XLM after that happened. You got a big, 2-3 candles to the upside. Absolutely insane gains there. So will we see the same type of thing here where, this is our last really wick and then we really just go absolutely parabolic from here on out? It's definitely possible. We'll have to wait and see for XLM. But I just generally like the bullish structure of XLM all the way on its way up in this bull market so far. It's just really taking a methodical approach and not trying to get too ahead of itself, like a lot of coins have been doing the last couple weeks. All right, guys. So that's the video on XLM today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's just make sure we watch this symmetrical triangle and bull flag. See if we maybe just get a back test of it. That would be perfectly ideal if we just come back down and back test that general area after a pump. Now we back test it and then we continue back up to the upside. That's what I want to see. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe. As always, I'll be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all you guys that enjoyed the stream last night. It was a great stream last night. We had a ton of fun. Hurting a little bit this morning because of it, but it was generally a lot of fun on stream. So I'll see you guys later on in the stream. Have a good rest of your Sunday.